Good morning, 10th of February 2026. So, the song is I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Rolling Stones, I believe, isn't it? It can be in many ways. But somebody's dissatisfied with their lot. Number 10 is about change. It's the Wheel of Fortune, medicine wheel. And if you're at the top of the wheel, you have to make sure that you provide something, squirrel it away for when the wheel turns and goes back to the bottom, because it inevitably always does. So if things are going well, make sure that you provide something for later, and things are inevitably going to take a downturn for a while. So they're born on that date, whether they're living or past, a date for your diary or an address. Names connected for me are Jacqueline, Oscar. And I would say Ireland and the Lake Districts. So, not urgent then, so it's not in the first pile. It's quite a way down. So this coming year is going to be a good year with a lot of opportunities for you to take, but you must take them and nurture them. They're not just going to sprout without any help. You've got to nurture them. 1 year, be a new home, a new business, a new life, a proposal even, a change for the better. But you have decisions to make, and you can't be in denial, and you can't be protecting others, and you can't wait till you show the facts. They're going to be snap decisions. Mercury retrograde, you might have to revisit something. Problems with a father figure, a boss, a government official, the main man in your life. They are destroying, setting fire to things because they want it their way or the highway. So we're going to have to watch that. And if you look, there he's holding the orb, which is that. So that opportunity, you've got to grasp it before he decides it's his way or the highway, and free yourself from the toxicity. So 4 and 31, Aries energy, head and face injuries. 15, geriatric issues, teeth, knees, bones. It is promises made under duress that should not be kept. Contracts, vows, whatever it is, if they were made under duress, you don't have to keep them. Don't sign anything. Free yourself. Rise from the muck of the swamp. Break the shackles that keep you tied to this toxic situation. Capricorn energy. Another 2. So we are at a crossroads. And remember that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Somebody here is trying, Neptune in Pisces, to walk on eggshells. They don't want this destruction to happen. 16. So there'll be many arguments, accidents, losses within the home, be that job losses, home losses, material things, because they can't admit that needs to be destroyed. So this isn't over. It isn't over till the fat lady sings, until the year of the snake finishes its journey. So there's a snake. Travel delays, problems. So we've got Bob, we've got Neil, we've got Emily, no, we haven't got Emily. We've got Bob, we've got Neil, we've got Chris, we've got Mandy, Lee, Ashley as well. So 16 and 21 are negative. 4 and 31 is negative. Aries is negative. Capricorn is positive. 15 is positive. So, a change for the better. There's a lot of major arcana here, so there's a lot going on. Again, yeah, somebody does not have the moral high ground, and that's what's causing the problem. Yeah, he's going to have to fight for peace, which always seems a contradiction at times, but there is a fight that needs to take place or you cannot rest. So it's no use walking around on eggshells and trying to avoid it, trying to not walk away from a situation that is obviously not working. Yeah, it's not your team. So you may have to leave that job and start your own business, or find a new team somewhere else, or it may be a family issue, it may be a romantic issue, whatever it is. There's red lights, red flags all over this. Yeah, you're in a very dark place with no light at the end of the tunnel, and you are going to have to walk very, very carefully. 18. Something cannot be conceived because you refuse, because there's usually 2 towers there, to destroy that tower. 18. Negative energy. We build these ivory towers for ourselves, and then they become a prison because it takes so much to maintain it. There's possibly a lot of money at stake, or your security, your family security, the family tree, something that's of value. There's no shame or no blame to be had. This is the lady that's usually stood in the Ring of Swords. You're listening to the thoughts, the ghosts in your head, the things that you've told yourself or other people have told you over the years that are negative. And you've got to stand up for yourself and stop listening to that. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Yeah, the answer is no. There's no chance of travelling to the object of your desire, be the person, things, or event, until this is over. And you have to get clear about that. 1 week. No more mind games. No more lies to yourself or to others. It's time to be very, very clear. And take that sword and use it to sever ties. The truth will set you free. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Stop enabling people by agreeing with them. Stop smiling at what you don't like. Stand up for yourself. There it is again. Mercury retrograde. I don't know when the next one is. Elaine might know, but I've got a moon diary again. I've got to get a moon diary. Yeah. So Mercury retrograde. Revisit this issue once again, because it's not over. It's something that's constantly on point. and then you can have a day off. You can have a rest, find peace in your mind. Yeah, arguments with the woman, so mum and dad, not happy, they're both definitely not happy. There's a lot of arguments in this. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You've got to realise that this is stagnating. This isn't going anywhere. So there'll be no growth, no happiness until you realise that. Ex-wives, mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of your children, terminations of contracts, pregnancies, vows, whatever it is. It's not good. Yeah, 22. So 21 and 22. It's not possible because you haven't ended whatever this is. You end one chapter before you start another one. Somebody's very afraid of looking the fool. 3 and 31, November the 11th, May the 31st. So we've got Abigail, Greg, Elaine, Natasha, Josh and Lauren. We've got Katie and we've got Zoe and Richard. You cannot transform this energy until you leave the negative one behind. So 22 and 3 and 30 is negative. Yeah. There is a belief system here, perhaps Catholicism, religion, faith. You need to have faith in yourself and speak your truth, the neck and throat. You have to stand in those beliefs. This may be your upbringing, the way you was taught to believe something, schools, teachers, whatever it is. 5 and 23, positive energy, a marriage or a union, a friendship. 5 and 23, Mark, Diane, Simon, Peter. Find the key to your spirituality. Bind yourself to the spiritual, not the material, because this is not your team. This is not your people. They've doubled it again. Red lights, red flags all over this. You must let this burden go. It's been carried for far too long. And a message is coming. Postman, parcel, or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn child. Someone in uniform, somebody with a dark complexion, but as yet immature. They're holding that disc that we started with. This is an investment in your future. So it's time to nurture it and be open to it. So be ready. Two new beginnings then in finance and security, and your thoughts, words, a chance to do things differently. Oh yeah, we're revisiting the past definitely. So it's Mercury retrograde, I think. We've got the North Node, we've got Gemini communication, and we've got 5th house. So let's have a look at the chart. Taurus, which we've got there, is not in the chart. Oh yeah, it is, sorry. Uranus, which is rebellion, which is what we need. We need to break those shackles. Well done. Capricorn is in Juno. Capricorn's in the 11th house, so it's jumped one. And Taurus is in the 3rd house of communication, where Gemini should be. So that could be important. So look at your chart and see if you've got it, and if not, see if Taurus is in the 3rd house or Capricorn is in the 11th, because then that means that you are more material or career orientated. Yeah, that was Taurus as well. So we ain't got a lot of signs there. Capricorn and Taurus. So spiritual or material, basically. Simple as that. Are you a spiritualist or a materialist? Because there's two sides to this. fifth house is things that go on in the dark, Leo. So, and it's creation, creating something that won't happen. Anything dark, self-expression, recreation, creativity, offsprings, pleasure, love affairs, and children and speculation. This is how you express yourself. Music, art, dreams, and where the soul goes forth into the world. So let's see. Fifth house represents more than biological reproduction or sexual urges. Love affairs also come under this house because they make a person feel special with links to Leo. This house is where someone plays and discovers their inner child and develops a sense of wonder. But with Uranus in there is argumentative, no doubt about it in my mind. So we are revisiting the past because it's self-nerd. It's things that we need to leave behind. Only take the positive. Don't take the negative from the past. Only take the positive lessons you've learned, the positive people, the positive situations. In Gemini, a soul has learned how to communicate and to question, and now it is time to find a way to live by its beliefs, there we are, with integrity, with faith and hope and integrity. Honesty above all else. No matter how much it hurts someone else, you have to be honest. Self-node in the fifth house. The challenge is to shift from creating a biological level to spiritual and mental creativity. There may be karma from a past love affair. There you go. Karmic situation. It is time to revisit it and sort it out. I think the reason they aren't revisiting is because they haven't got the moral high ground and they know it. So, let's have a look. It's a heavy burden that should have been left in the past a long time ago. Change needs to take place and nothing will ever change in that. And there we have the disc again, the portal, the celestial, the cosmos, and sometimes that wild card is called the universe. It's the 17th, we're going back again to the Chinese New Year. So 17, the truth will set you free. So we've got the 15th, the 16th, the 17th and the 18th. So that period of time it could be talking about. The spiral is an important symbol. It's your DNA. It symbolises many things, but mostly it represents movement and constant spinning cycles. Well done, Spirit. The wheel. There it is. The disc, the wheel, whatever. And in some early scriptures, the angels were depicted as wheels. The North Star. So Fred, David, was believed to be the location of what they termed as heaven. The stars spiraled in the sky and became the pathway to how the souls ascended to heaven. So you must choose that new pathway that will take you eventually to heaven rather than to hell. A spiral has no beginning or end. It just is. When we think of creation, we think of there being a beginning and an end. A beginning usually needs a force to create it. So where does that force come from? It needs movement. It needs motivation. That wheel doesn't go anywhere unless you give it a push. And the energy force behind it to make it start. What is it you're about to create, and what do you need in order to make it happen? How will you continue to keep it moving? To keep something moving, it needs the consistency of energy flow, a sustainable force. In drawing this card, you may be asked to look at what drives your momentum. Is it sustainable? Will it be enough to keep everything moving, or are you driving things too fast, which will end up in burnout? Just as we draw energy from the earth, so too can we draw energies from above us, from the angels, from spirits, from your relatives on the other side. Other realms, the moon, we've got. The stars, we've got. The sun, we haven't got. All are energies that we can work with, keeping in mind that we are made from stardust. Meditating or journeying can help us connect with those energies, so it may be time to explore new options and to keep your cup full. Sustainability is the key here, the key that Simon Peter is holding there, to keep the spiral forever in motion. The wheels keep turning. And somebody in the song can't get that satisfaction. They've come to a standstill. The wheels hit a rock. They're living in barren lands and they don't want to rock the boat in case the wheel comes off completely, which is what's needed. Yeah, and Lilith, Dark Moon Lilith, the ex-wife of Adam, she's going to make it happen. The Jewish faith is important here. So Adam, Eve, Lily. Where's she gone? Lily. And that takes us back to Brown. It's Lily. The name Brown is attached to Lily for me. So, although technically not a goddess, Lilith is an important female archetype. She was Adam's first wife, but refused to accept the inferior place in a missionary position in sex with him, and flew off to the Red Sea to liberate herself, to free herself from those shackles. There we are. And to have a very active sex life. Well, too much information. Sex, freedom from domination. There's your domination. We don't want any of that, she says. No. His way on the highway. Independence of mind and body. Closeness to nature. Moving on. The dark part of the moon's cycle. The dark part of the moon's cycle. There it is. Where's that moon gone? Very dark, because it's in reverse. Anyway, we know it's there, don't we? So, Lilith in your card spread means contact with your sexuality and sensuality, even at the cost of complete and utter upheaval of your life, which is what we're trying to avoid. Love affairs or unexpected meetings will happen that completely take you by surprise. A longing to live a simpler life may make you take the initiative to leave complicated situations and simply move on. You may find that you are breaking your own rules, so going against everything you ever believed or said, in order to follow your heart. You may wish to reconnect with nature, particularly the desert. You determine for yourself your own path through life. Drawing this card also warns you to be alert to dangers while travelling, yes, and to take any measures necessary to ensure your safety. So, be very careful. So, especially if you're driving, check your tyres. Right, something wrong with your wheels. if you're going on a long journey, especially make sure your tracking's all aligned, because there's something there. Wheels. The quail and the gooseberry. Oh yeah, so there's too many people in this situation interfering. 51, I believe. Number 51. And it is reversed. So, the fresh gooseberries are a tempting treat, but pick them without care and you will hurt yourself. And that's what somebody's worried about, getting hurt. Gooseberry bushes are loaded with thorns meant to protect the delicate fruit from within. Similarly, the quail anticipates danger by hiding among the low grass, low grain vegetation. From its obscure perch, it keeps a careful watch, monitoring for predators. So, fear, again, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. You've made a mistake that has put you in danger. You must use this experience to better guard against the outcome in the future. I'm often surprised or caught off guard by how things turn out. How can you balance vigilance with a healthy openness to risk? And there's your openness. So you've got to weigh it up. Don't be too hasty. Be cautious, because you're in a very dark place. You don't understand what's going on, but don't let it stop you either. So if you're getting out of this toxic situation that we seem to have been talking about for ages, but that I don't think this is as violent, but it is still a toxic situation, then it's time to go. Plan and get out. Let's see when the next Mercury retrograde is. See if we've got Mercury retrograde in the chart. Mercury's Pisces. Disinclination. No, can't see any little R's next to it or out like that. So let's see. In the UK, okay, 26th of February, and it lasts until the 20th of March. So there we go. We know when it's coming then, don't we? Thanks for listening. I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.